IVM.
There's a quick survey to fill out on ivmpodcast.com/survey. It lets us know a little bit more about who's listening to us. And you know what? We're going to do a few prizes. So, we'll do a random drawing of maybe 10 people and we'll send you all some swag. Remember, that's ivmpodcast.com/survey where you can fill out the survey.
Hello, welcome to Football Twaddle. My name is Saru. Chris Rock, what's up?
Yo, yo, yo!
Dude, why? Is that how Chris Rock talks?
I don't know.
All right, Yash.
Hello.
Let's start. The game which we all wanted to see, which all of us forgot was the game to watch. City versus Liverpool. Man, what a good game it was.
Yeah, they're the two best teams in the world and clearly they showed why they are there.
They're the two best teams in the world. Are you discounting King Kareem?
Yeah, so that team is driven by him and Vinicius Junior's fast pace and Ancelotti's
Connivity.
Yeah, that's the word. So overall these two were brilliant, and they provided us a treat on Sunday.
Didn't you think City was had to win this game easily? They had so many chances, no?
Yeah, I guess City will come away from this draw quite disappointed. But, whatever. You saw that there was way too much camaraderie on the pitch, so which was not good to see.
Yes, talking of camaraderie. Before we talk of camaraderie, What does MDCR stand for?
Oh, man. Manchester something.
Wait, we need to...
We've addressed this in the previous seasons, right?
Yeah, but why is he still wearing it?
I don't know. He's patronizing local talent, trying to prove that they're a local team and whatever.
What does MDCR stand for Manchester City?
Maybe it's like ICICI. It doesn't really have a full form.
All right. So talking of camaraderie, too much camaraderie on the pitch. There was a slew of articles, notably by Jammie Carragher.
Right.
Thank you for the RT, by the way. So Jammie Carragher said, this is the greatest Premier League rivalry ever of the two best English teams and everything. So has he forgotten or does he feel part of the rivalry because he's a Liverpool guy?
Well, it's mostly latter because he didn't get too much success as a player and as a, I don't know, is he an Everton fan? He was an Everton fan, right?
He was?
Yeah.
Oh.
But as a child, but he's played for Liverpool all his life. So
he's like Harry Kane.
yeah, pretty much. So I think he's pretty happy seeing his former team do so well. They are the best teams in the world right now, as I mentioned. But I think this is getting blown out of proportion about this rivalry and how good they are because obviously they're going to look better than the teams back in the 90s because of sports science and things like that. Because if you see, I'm sure if you find some grainy footage of, the Di Stefano Real Madrid team, and compare it to, Red Star Belgrade from the 80s, the Red Star Belgrade would look better. So yeah, there's that. The football will look better, but
But a rivalry requires people to have a certain amount of animosity towards the other team.
Yeah.
Are we this old school fanboying here? Nowadays, there's no rival. You just show it on the pitch, as they say.
Yeah, but you see the argument going around here is that historically Man City is not a big team, so they're just happy to be there and there's no needle between the two teams, so they don't care. But I would still there are irritating things happening, man. I think De Bruyne beat Virgil van Dijk and got him a yellow card, which is supposed to be an achievement apparently, and then they high-fived each other and stuff.
Why are they high-fiving each other?
I don't know, mutual respect. And I think De Bruyne was asked after that why did this happen by the media, and he said, no, our kids go to the same school and therefore I know the guy and he's a good guy.
So many questions. Why is a kid from Manchester and kid from Liverpool going to the same school?
God knows, maybe it's a boarding school. I didn't bother checking which school they go to.
Doon school ja rahe? Are they going to Doon school?
Yeah, man.
Oh man. But okay, let's talk about rivalries. I actually thought hard about this.
Right.
Isn't Wenger versus Fergie the biggest rivalry that there was?
And it was because it appeared at the right time, at the right place when the Premier League went global. Those two were two of the best managers in the world at that point of time. So it added that spice to the
rivalry, right?
Yeah, and both the teams are not on the top right now, but when the rivalry happened, they were two of the best clubs in the world, so that really made a difference.
As a podcast, we always do revisionism every week.
Yes.
But Jammie Carragher and a lot of people, they seem to be swept up. I sometimes wonder, is it like, is it like the media thing doing like, oh God, we have to like somehow project Pep Guardiola versus Klopp as some sort of rivalry when they actually don't really care that much about each other.
I mean, they obviously care about each other and they're hell-bent on beating each other. The players also mentioned that Klopp told them that this is your title to lose before the game. So he really wanted to win that game.
Yeah, he's amazing, dude. I have no complaints ever against Klopp.
I don't know. A decent comparison would be the Manchester United and Chelsea rivalry, I feel, because there's no history there between the two teams, but they won all the titles for like 7 years or something.
Yeah.
But still there was some needle between the two teams. But yeah.
But you know why the needle happened, right? No. Because of a certain Chelsea manager who started the needling.
I would say compared to his behavior with other managers and other teams, this was very mild. Like he didn't mess around.
Oh yeah, I think he and Fergie had like the level of respect which Klopp and I don't think he really cared much for Arsene.
Yeah.
He actually Mourinho addressed this. They said, why did you go after Arsene Wenger as soon as you joined Chelsea? He said they were the invincibles, they were the champions then. And I figured that, it's probably easier to take this guy on than to take Fergie on. All right, so where does that leave us with the title? The same where we were last week?
Pretty much so. The run in that Liverpool have is more difficult. So I think City have it. I mean, they don't have it wrapped up, but Liverpool have to play United, and United somehow they play like they have no inspiration, but they have to play to get a draw, like a dirty 0-0 at least.
You mean that way?
Yeah.
So somehow Liverpool will lose points because United have to do it for passion.
Yeah, history, everything, rivalry. That's the real rivalry.
Oh, you want to talk about rivalry and created and football shithousery.
Yeah.
So, my man Mourinho, his bogey club this season is Bodo Glimt of Norway. So they lost 6-1 long ago.
Right.
And then they drew 2-2 at Rome. And now they're playing the Conference League and they were leading 1-0, but they lost 2-1. And Mourinho said that, we are still the favorites and everything. But Bodo Glimt play on artificial pitch in Norway.
Yeah, of course.
So they came, this week they're coming to Rome to play on real grass.
Right.
So what has Roma done? Roma have offered them an artificial pitch to practice on.
Oh God.
And Bodo Glimt was like, no, we want to play with real grass. And Roma is like, boss,
booking ho
gaya. It is just this artificial pitch. That is the level of shithousery I want to see, which unfortunately I don't get with this rivalry. Okay, let's talk about Super Frank match, which put you in dilemma because you want Super Frank to fight for relegation every year.
Yes.
But you don't want him to get relegated. But he played Manchester United and you kind of support Manchester United now. So...
Yeah, so Manchester United were really showed how much they care about the league this season or anything this season. They really don't. I think half the players have one step out of the club, I feel. Because that one goal that they conceded was a dirty deflected goal. And
from Harry Maguire. I didn't see the match, but I was reading on WhatsApp. You're like, what is Harry doing and everything? Was it that bad?
No, I didn't see that.
Of course,
Harry,
you didn't.
But Harry could not have done anything. It was just a random shot that hit him and went in. Nobody could have done anything about it. I don't know why was McTominay not playing. They played Matic, who was strolling in the midfield, and he was dawdling on the ball for a full solid minute, I felt. And the ball got stolen. This guy Gordon, the one guy who tries hard in Everton, managed to pull off a shot. So
oh man, Gordon, poor guy. He tried a lunge on Bruno, and I don't know how he didn't get a red card or something. But
whatever. It didn't matter. Where United lost was they were just not running and passing the ball quick enough. They were playing like a championship.
So Frank Lampard thought, this would be a good victory.
Yes. No, it's completely flipped, right? So Norwich beat Burnley. So from last week, it's completely like the narrative is flipped, sort of.
Oh, Norwich beat Burnley 2-0. I didn't see that. I was just focused on Leeds beating Watford 3-0 because the difference between Leeds and Everton, like Leeds has to play 2 games more and they're at 33 and Everton is on 28. But Burnley and Everton, now there's a 4-point difference.
Yeah.
Are we seeing Sean Dyche go down again this season?
Well, I'm sure a lot of managers would love to see the back of him because he's...
Why?
He makes it hard and difficult to
Apparently not this season.
Yeah, but it's okay. I mean, Burnley end up losing, but the kind of football they play, kicking players around, they're an injury threat for.
Our club has Chris Wood. He scored the penalty.
Yes.
And we won.
Yes.
And our manager Eddie Howe has said
Mm-hmm.
that this is a very important victory for Newcastle.
Right.
And we broke the series of losing the games.
Yes.
And we are literally almost safe now. This is the character he wants to see in the team.
Yeah, I think we are pretty much safe. And if he wants a certain philosophy and a style of play, now is probably a good time to develop it, especially with the players that are going to be there next season.
Who is going to be there next season?
I'm sure like 5 or 6 starters will remain.
Even Dubravka is a doubt now. They're going to buy. Anyway, so let's see what other matches happened. What else did you watch? Did you watch any Real Madrid game? You are a clandestine fan.
No. I did watch a little bit of Spurs.
Okay, let's talk about Spurs. 4-0.
Yeah.
Conte, man, he ensures his team gets out of every other tournament so that they have a week to prepare for the league. And then they go on this rampage beating teams.
Yeah. I guess what you're saying is right, because I think last month he was having those results where he said, I don't know what this team is all about. Maybe it was the FA Cup distractions. So
he literally can't play a game every third. And I've had arguments with friends of ours on WhatsApp. But then how does this guy do it? Like,
he's a master of quickly turning teams around, right? Like he's done it at so many clubs.
No, but how does he ensure that they get out of everything? But they have a week to prepare. He clearly can prepare a team very well if he has 5 days to prepare rather than a day and a half.
No, that's a mystery that we'll have to solve, because if you look at his record, he was pathetic in Europe with Juventus. So he had no matches left at the second half of the season. Chelsea, anyway, we know they were not in the Champions League.
Yeah, that's why he won. When they were in Champions League, they got out of Champions League, and so
I guess only at Inter sort of. Actually, when he made it to the Europa semi-final, they didn't win that season, right? So the next season he won. I don't think he was there late in.
No, he got out of group stage only that time. Right. He came 4th, I think.
That should be the Conte formula, man.
Get out of Champions League and
the cups,
and then ensure you get into Champions League.
Yeah.
Did you watch Chelsea, my ex-club? Oh, no. 6-0.
I was afraid another 9-0 was coming, dude. For Southampton, it seemed like one of those days.
Yeah, they were like 6-0 up in the 60th minute.
Right.
They left, what do you guys say that? Foot of the pedal or something. But Mason Mount, man, come on. You should change your opinion on Mason Mount.
Yeah, I mean, I've said before that he's a very, very good player.
Is that... no, not begrudgingly. Say it with conviction.
Let's see.
Still, what does that he have to do for you to say he's actually a very good footballer?
I don't know. Be better.
Then what?
What he's right now.
Like, who do you compare Mason Mount to?
I don't know. So initially, of course, I was angry like everyone at Southgate, because he was picking him over Grealish. But now Grealish, he was on the English bench first. Now he's on the City bench. So that argument goes out of the window. Right
No, but when you think of Mason Mount and you to compare it to some footballer of previous generations, who would you compare him to?
No, but the plus point about Mason Mount is that he's a very modern midfielder. He's not...
you can't compare.
Yeah, literally you can't compare, because he's a modern 8, right? He's not a box-to-box.
Is Paul Pogba an 8?
Yeah. The problem with Paul Pogba is that he's a classical 8. He's not
the modern 8.
Not the modern 8. So it's very difficult to play with him unless you're playing for France and you have all the riches in the world and
you have Conte
and Conte, and your opponents don't have like a coherent team.
Oh man. So what's going to happen? Yash, our relegation contenders decided. Norwich, somehow they are pulling off victories, trying to delay the inevitable.
Yeah, delay the inevitable by a week or so. So Norwich are certainly going down. They're the classic yo-yo team. And Watford seem to be gone as well.
So Burnley, Everton.
Yeah,
Burnley.
I think these 4 points will count towards Everton, because now they have to just count down games, right? Count down matches, just match Burnley's, at least 6 of Burnley's results they have to match. That's all they have to do.
6 of Burnley's results.
Yeah,
but doesn't Everton have a tougher run in?
Yeah, but fair enough. Just like day before yesterday, I found out that if big teams have nothing to play for, it's easier to play them. Because Manchester United have decided they have not much to play for.
Yeah.
Although top 4 is still kind of on.
So a club which had everything to play for is Arsenal. What is this implosion? We touched upon it last week, but we thought at least they'll beat Brighton.
No, why did we think that?
Because they have something to play for Arsenal.
That's okay, but Brighton and Potter is one team that I rate. I mean, they're not gonna be in Europe, but they are a good, solid mid-table team. And with Arsenal, where are the goals going to come from? That's the problem, right?
Where were they coming from before? Martinelli?
No. So all of them combine and contributes, but they don't have this one goal scorer who's scoring, right? I mean, of course, Aubameyang has gone to Barca and he's scoring a bunch of goals.
They have a goal scorer scoring in a different country.
So. But to be fair to Arteta, he had some needle with him, and Aubameyang wasn't performing at Arsenal anyway, so there's no guarantee of him doing anything. So Lacazette underperforming is really hurting them.
So you think Arsenal is also done for now in top 4?
I think Spurs have way too much firepower, man. I mean, Son is possibly the greatest Asian player to play ever in the Premier League. And Harry Kane seems... I mean, even a mediocre Harry Kane scores a lot of goals. So Kulusevski has proved to be good. So I think...
mediocre Harry Kane, according to Mika Richards, is Benzema of 2 years ago. Yeah. All right. We have Champions League games also coming up, right? This week.
Yes.
So what's going to happen in those before we get to the break? We have Chelsea, Real Madrid, or Real Madrid, Chelsea, 3-1 deficit. Will Lukaku, Werner and the boys turn it around?
Man, I think Real Madrid will just make it. It is going to be an exciting game.
I have a feeling Chelsea are going to have this epic victory.
They might win the match, but not the tie.
2-0?
No, 2-0 takes it to penalties. So.
Oh man, so they need to win at least 3-0 or...
No, but away goals not being there is a favourable situation for Chelsea, because 2-0 would have not been enough. Right now 2-0 takes it to penalties. So so I think 3-2 win to Chelsea. It will be an exciting
Timo
game.
Werner also scored a goal.
Yeah, but Southampton, man.
What are you saying?
Southampton have 2 9-0 defeats in the last 3 seasons. So they're when they play bad, they're really bad.
Okay. So you are saying that Real Madrid will just scrape through.
Yep.
Okay. Then we have Liverpool playing Benfica.
Oh, that's an exhibition game. That's not much.
Yeah. Either Benfica will just come out and all guns blazing and they will lose
5-1 or something.
They lose 5-1. Yeah. It seems like one of those. Atletico Madrid, Manchester City.
So this is where I'll make the wild prediction and say Atleti will sneak through.
Like what? They'll win? They can't win 2-1 because that'll again extra time and penalty. So they either have to win 2-0.
Whatever. They'll win with 1 goal more and
somehow
take them out on penalties.
That'll be so much fun. Oh man. But do you actually think that may happen? Because I'll bet right now.
It's a very outside thing. But I mean, we all have to hope, right?
That's true. Which is other game?
Bayern have to beat Villarreal.
So will Unai?
No, it's an uphill task, but Bayern will make it. I will.
Really?
Yeah.
You still think it's an uphill task?
Yeah, because knowing Villarreal, I mean, the way they played against United last season, that 1 goal ahead, and Unai just knowing how to play in Europe, it's not going to be easy, but I think Bayern have the firepower too.
You think Unai is quite underrated? I think so, because people don't give him the same bhav as a lot. Like Poch gets so much credit for no reason. I mean, okay, fine, there's always a reason, but Unai has to be higher than that, right?
Yeah, I don't know whether this is a valid comparison, but maybe it's a little bit like Moyes. It's, one bad performance at when the microscope was on him, because Arsenal has a big fan following in the world, that has sort of colored people's opinion, because that's about it. He didn't get Arsenal to the Champions League. He failed in that Europa final as well. So
wow,
that is really coloring people's opinions.
Yeah. But I think Bayern will scrape through somehow.
Yeah.
Because there's Lewandowski. They did the same thing against Salzburg.
Yeah, exactly.
Where Salzburg just destroyed them, but somehow Bayern in the second league. So so our semi-finalists are Bayern, Atletico, Liverpool and Chelsea for me, and Real Madrid for you.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Have they moved the final of Champions League?
Why?
It was supposed to be in Russia or something, no?
So they must have moved it. Wow. There's no way that's happening.
All right. We should take a break right now on Football Twaddle. I think there are enough players to be mentioned as player of the week, and let's figure out who our player of the week is and the games to look forward to. So stay tuned to Football Twaddle.
Don't you think that if everyone around you is getting smart, you better be smarter? Hey there, I'm the traveling professor Siddharth Deshmukh, and I'm back with season 2 of my podcast to make you smarter. Smarter with Sid. What's this season's focus about? Well, it's about 10-minute nuggets that will make you stand out at work. It's time to go from smart to smarter. Tune in every Tuesday and Thursday and become smarter with Sid.
All right, welcome back to Football Twaddle. Yash, let's get into this. Who is your player of the week?
There were several great performances, but I'm going to go with Sadio Mane because he's had a great week. Scored in the Champions League, scored on the weekend against City as well. So,
But
he's
Mane scored because of that insane pass with Salah.
oh, that's fair enough. Salah's not been in great form given how good he actually is. So, Mane is always like number 2 at Liverpool, right? So, but he's proved this time around that what a world class player he is. So, yeah, has to be him for me.
So Sadio Mane, I'm confused. Who do I go with? Heung-min Son or Mason the Mount?
Well, I go with context maybe, but it's okay. Both of them.
One played Southampton, other played Aston Villa.
Yeah. Maybe the result was more important for Spurs.
Spurs. Yeah, Heung-min Son. He's great. Is Heung-min Son, I think in the
Yeah, I
first,
mentioned it.
is he better than Park Ji-sung ever?
Yeah, individual brilliance, 100%. He's more important for Tottenham. His stats far outstrip Ji-sung Park, but Ji-sung Park has all the winners' medals. So that's the only thing going for Park.
So you're saying it's something similar to Mahrez versus Zidane.
What comparison is this?
Wait, didn't our friend Kumar share a stat in the morning?
Yeah.
So objectively, if you take your biases out, Yash,
Yep.
Mahrez is like a million times better than Zinedine
Yeah,
Zidane.
Mahrez is a much greater Premier League player than Zinedine Zidane.
Is that all you have to say?
I mean, I totally rate Mahrez, but unfortunately he was born in Algeria. And Zidane, despite being an Algerian, was in France, so he was playing for a better team. And the only thing I'll complain about Mahrez is that he went to City and he was a part of that whole rotation thing and he's overshadowed. But Zidane, even at Madrid, he was like a shining star when he played well.
Yeah, but that's because Madrid just bought 3 people then. They had no money for all this Luca fellows.
Yeah.
So man, how do people come up with all these comparisons? Like now people have the guts to compare Mahrez and Zidane. Like, are we suffering from such short-term memories?
Yeah, recency bias, right? It's the same thing that that makes people say this is the greatest rivalry or whatever.
Really? So if you start anything with saying that this can be an unpopular opinion,
You can get away with
you
saying
can get
anything.
away with anything, right? So according to your unpopular opinion, is Rashford better than Andy Cole? No. Cantona?
Oh, Andy Cole is interesting, but yeah, no. I mean, objectively, see, both metrics, Andy Cole beats him, right? He's one of the greatest goal scorers in
Premier League.
Premier League history, despite barely ever scoring a penalty.
Okay.
And also he has winners' medals, which I mean Rashford doesn't.
So he's not greater than Andy Cole.
Not currently.
Who do we compare Rashford to? Like such random bullshit stats to
No,
come.
some team which hasn't won much, no. So I don't know.
Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank.
Oh yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, I'm sure. But even Hasselbank has way more goals.
Does he? But over his career, obviously, but Rashford has had a couple of good goal scoring seasons, so he still has time.
Yeah, I think you can compare Rashford to Eidur Gudjohnsen. Gudjohnsen will probably end up with lesser goals, but he's won
many trophies.
I think he's won the Champions League also with Barcelona.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, all right. So what games are you going to watch this weekend?
Is this the FA Cup weekend?
No, there's so many games. I mean, there could be some FA Cup matches, but Manchester United are playing Norwich City.
Oh God, why these relegation setting teams, dude? Like they're the Achilles heel right now.
No, but they'll beat Norwich. Come on.
I don't know,
man. What do you think Ralph does? Like he goes in the morning to
I think he's
like you and I wake up, we get calls, we do work, then we get shouted at, we shout at people. Like there's something to do for us. What does Ralph do?
He's possibly like those people in reality shows who observe the contestants and decide, how they're going to rig the voting and get the contestants off who's not working. So he's going to tell the next manager, yeah, this is the guy, you get rid of him.
He's like Lydia in Skulls and Roses.
Yeah.
Or like Khloe Kardashian.
Yeah.
But anyway, what game are you going to watch?
I'm going to watch Tottenham versus Brighton. Let's see how Brighton play against the other side of North London.
I think they're going to. Tottenham are just every week they seem to be. And have you seen they are now more dependent on Son than Kane? Kane is amazing, dude. I mean, apart from all this Benzema comparisons.
That glancing header was just too good. The glancing header assist to Son was.
I hope Kane doesn't leave Spurs, He will actually be a bigger legendary player if he just sticks around Spurs. And even if he wins one FA Cup,
That's true. But you see, Conte is the one manager who's won a Premier League, right? I mean, apart from Klopp and this one here. So who knows? Maybe if they get some team, which is Manchester United, to pay that absurd asking price of
Spurs
for Harry Kane and use that money to get all the oldies and whatever the players that Conte needs. So that may work out to be better next season, and they might
for Conte, but not for Kane.
Yeah.
Poor guy Kane. We're talking about that. There was this interesting question, I think, few months ago. Maybe we addressed it, but who would end up as a bigger legend in the game? Jamie Vardy or Harry Kane?
I think no, man. I think Kane will far outstrip.
Okay, what career would you rather have, Harry Kane or Jamie Vardy?
Oh, 100% Vardy, because it's the more entertaining one coming down from the leagues.
And he somehow won the league.
Won the league as well.
And the FA Cup.
Yeah. So Vardy currently has had an interesting career, but who knows, if Kane manages to win the World Cup with England or goes to some team and wins a bunch of trophies, then clearly
Please refer to our episode of last week where we didn't even talk about England as dark horses or any sort of horses.
Yeah.
So now you want him to win World Cup also.
No, but anything can happen, right? All 32 teams are in. We start at 0. So.
Wow, that's why Arsenal is always first on number 1 in the beginning. So you're going to watch Spurs versus
Brighton.
What is the score going to be?
I think Spurs will win 2-1.
2-1?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to choose Italy. Napoli versus Roma.
That's a tasty one.
Yeah. So Napoli, poor guys, they were in the fight for trying to win the Serie A, but Fiorentina beat them 3-2 on the weekend. So now Napoli they're literally just 2 points away from the top of the table still. But Roma are the unbeaten team in the last 11 games. And they've collected
such a Mourinho team. No?
And they've collected 25 points in the last 11.
Amazing.
And if they beat Bodo Glimt on real grass, that should be a good one, because Roma is only 5 points away from 4th. So yeah, that game is going to be everything.
Nice.
We know that Mourinho is going to have banks of 4, but man, you should watch Tammy play. Tammy is
I mean, the glimpses that I've seen of him, he seems like a striker that has grown.
Yeah, and Mkhitaryan, he is probably having the
Indian summer.
Yes, he is. He is having the season, like his best season in 5 or 6.
Wow.
Till when Tuchel was managing him at Dortmund. I think after that he's having probably his best season.
Great.
Now Mourinho has said, Mkhitaryan, have you seen him play?
God, why couldn't he handle the 5-year younger Mkhitaryan at Manchester United?
I guess people evolved. So Mkhitaryan was running out of contract when Mourinho was appointed. So they both had a heart-to-heart chat. And Smalling scored the goal, the winner.
Wow.
And Smalling said, I had a terrible injury last year, but this year I'm trying to be available for the manager as and when I can. And he does decent. So yeah, that's going to be, I think Roma is going to win that. They can't score 3 goals. It's too much for that team. So 2-1. Yeah, 2-1.
Great.
2-1 for Roma. Yep. We are at the business end of the season.
Exciting times.
Yes. I'm sad that Manchester United and Newcastle United both have nothing to play for. But it's always here to look forward to the next season.
Yes.
Yeah, on that somber note, Yash.
All right.
Thanks a lot for coming in.
All right.
And let me say bye on behalf of Tanuj Baru as well. He chose to be absent on this podcast because Arsenal lost. So for the sake of our viewership and podcast attendance, please, Mikel, win some things. All right. This is Saru signing off. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On Think Fast, Varun and Suchita discuss Zakir Khan's biryani brand and the PVR Inox merger. On The Longest Constitution, Priya talks about the legal aspects of cow slaughter in India and how it affects the livelihoods of butchers and other communities. On Big Talk with Tiny Humans, Devi Shobha and Meghna share tips on how we can motivate our kids to do better without being a nag. On Hansavani, here's the story Zehen Mein Atka Hua Sa Kuch. It explores the history of the bloodbath and tragedy brought on by religious conflicts. And on Say No to Drama, Chetna decodes the concept of green flags at work and the ones you should look out for. Do follow us on social media. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And remember, if you're enjoying this show or any of our other shows for that matter, please do tell a friend. Also, don't forget to rate us on any of the platforms you're listening to us on, including the one you're listening to us on now. And also, please do check us out on YouTube. We have a number of channels. They're all available on ivmpodcast.com/YouTube. We're also doing a small listener survey to help us understand you, the listener, better, and how you like our shows, how you respond to the advertising, and so on. We'd really appreciate it if you could spare a few minutes to fill it out. It's at ivmpodcast.com/survey. And finally, we'd like to thank our sponsors on the network this week, SBI Life Insurance, India Water Portal, and Jupiter, a digital banking app. Thank you so much for making this possible.
We know you love fast food,
Fast fashion,
faster payment.
lightning fast internet speed.
Then why not fast information?
On Think Fast, where we discuss the latest developments in the world of technology, business, marketing, pop culture.
With a side of sarcasm and my dad jokes, not just mine.
Not mine, Varun. My jokes are funny. So join me, guys, the funnier one, Suchita Salvan, co-founder of LBB.
And me, Varun Dugirala, the co-founder of The Glitch, as we think fast only on the IVM network.
Fresh episodes out every Monday.
On the IVM app, website, or wherever you get your podcast from.